Okay, friends, so I had the lawn seeded, got a lot of bare spots. I'm gonna come out here with the sprinkler when I get home this afternoon. Show you the progress for the pond. I still gotta hide the hose, but I do have, I want to give a daytime view of it. You can see the water is a light aqua blue. Looks bluer on camera, but it's crystal clear. 14,000 gallons an hour on the waterfall pump. It does have LED lights on the fountain. It's a very low wattage. I can actually increase the spray on it, but with winds that come up out of the northwest, it could be pretty. But the water is really clear. I do have a secondary pump. I think I showed that in the previous video that I'm going to be rocking in maybe up at the top, but I want to build a biofilter where it forces up through the bottom and up through the top, and the classified rock actually serves as a filter so that bacteria can get in there, beneficial bacteria, and it clarifies the water, as well as a few plants. So, very happy with how it's coming out. The hose will be concealed. I'm done, you shouldn't see it at all. It looks very nice out here at night. I literally just hooked up the fountain thing. So I gotta conceal also all the cords to run back. I do have it on a cycle, so it'll shut off in about every 3 hours and then turns on for about 2 hours. Just keep the water moving. It keeps the mosquitoes and larvae out because they don't like moving water. I saw last night that I do have a frog that kind of moved in. I'm going to clean up a little bit back off to the side. But, it's coming together. I've got to put up my sunshade up at the top of the pergola. And also I have a ceiling fan that hooks up to like a lawnmower battery that you can see it's a nice area just to view. You can see it's going to be pretty. This is my fire pit. I do want to spread the pond or the waterfall out so that it's wider. I have more than enough water flow to do that. So and when I planted these bushes a few years ago, the brown on the top, I thought it was just root shock, but apparently it's not, so I'm going to cut all that away and just let them continue to build back on themselves and grow. They're starting to fill in. Getting a lot of apple blossoms, which I'm excited for. Gonna have plenty of those this year. Let's see, all of the clusters just everywhere on there. And this is Cortland apples. And next door is my cherry tree, which is getting an incredible amount of blossoms. And next door is a pear tree that has plenty of blossoms. Which this is the first year I've seen bees moving in amongst. These are all self-pollinating. I have a couple waterfall vases that I'm going to hook up, and they'll just flow back into themselves. It just bubbles out of the top. small lilac tree that's, I keep trimming it back. I'm not sure if I want to keep it there because I do want to plant pine trees along there. I just planted a couple oversized plum trees. There you go. I did 2 of them. I made a bench. And anyway, there's the other one. I'm excited to see if they produce. Probably not for the first year, but eventually. The grapevines are coming up nicely. A lot of good, robust leaves and buds. And I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see better. There you go. There's another. And another. And another. I just planted these a year ago. So it'll take a while. And the exciting thing is, 2 years ago I bought a peach tree and it didn't do anything last year, but this year, look at that, there's flowers, so that means there's going to be peaches. And where the first year I only received 2, I'm seeing a lot of flowers on here coming in. So, and this is self-pollinating as well. In addition, there's more of them coming on here. Probably really be popping in about 3 days. And I just planted this little guy here. It's another contender peach tree, of which I'm not seeing any flower blossoms this year because it is a pretty young tree, but this is actually the size that this one was 2 years ago, so you can see how much they really grow. They get plenty of sunlight. So very excited. Got all my hummingbird feeders out. Anticipation of hummingbirds pretty soon. Got all the bird feeders filled. They're hanging. The birds are loving it. There's another one right there. I've reseeded the front lawn as well, which is nice, a little tan. I overseeded. Jesus is a large part of my life. Flag to put out front yard. And he walks with me and he talks with Memphis, my dog, tends to like pee on every blade of grass, so I've refertilized and reseeded. A couple hummingbird feeders up front here on shepherd's hooks. And it's interesting that when the hummingbirds get done, my recliner is just inside the door. I've had it where they actually come over and they stick their beak through the screen and they chew me out for not having the nectar feeders full. So they are full. One there, and a really pretty one over here as well. And I love to hear them chatter. They typically have 5 or 6 of them that stay around all summer, and somewhere up in the tree here, it's a little bivouac from one of them. There it is. You can see it right there in the middle. A little hummingbird nest. And they'll build on that again this year. In addition, I also have suet on each side of this feeder. They really enjoy that too. It's a little mixture. It does have little berries in there too, like 5 or 6 kinds of seeds. This tends to last longer in the feeder. Before long, this entire tree will be surrounded by big, wide-leafed hostas of different designs, white and green, and then green, and then white and green, and then green, and white and green, and green, and so on, all the way around. It's a little planter that I made a few years ago. I've got to get flowers to put inside. I really like the petunia waves because they cascade over the side. So anyway, got another little hummingbird feeder over here next to Old Glory, because I sit out here every once in a while in the summer, and I can sit here, and the hummingbirds, they have no problem landing on the ledge right here, going up for a drink. And a little solar lamp that I picked up for $2 at Goodwill. It kind of flickers like a candle. And there's an upper solar light as well that kind of illuminates the whole candle base. So that's my progress, friends. I do love rustics, so a friend of mine gave me a log cabin birdhouse. So I have it suspended there. These lantern lights, they flicker. I'm debating getting chickens, so I got this little mini kennel here. In case I'm in, but I'm trying to make it into a chicken tractor so I can move it around the lawn. But for now, it's the front yard kennel from Memphis. Anyway, that's my update. I hope y'all are having a blessed week. I'm gonna hop in the shower and head off to Britt to sing today. And then pick up the flowers that I'd ordered, or the plants, the perennials for around the pond. Much love to you all. I will keep updating you on the pond as it progresses. God is good. I will talk to you all soon. Bye for now.